Ladies and gentlemen, Easy Aces.
When Jane Ace told Mr. Everett she had a friend with a plot of ground for sale, he thought she meant Mr. Ace, who, being in the real estate business, has also been trying to sell Mr. Everett. The wealthy old man admired Jane's wifely devotion and is closing the deal today. He doesn't know Jane has been offered $500 by a Mr. Neff if she sells his plot of ground. This episode takes place in Mr. Everett's office the following morning. Mr. Ace is looking over some papers. Listen.
Yes, everything seems quite in order, Mr. Everett.
Here, working on it all day yesterday, and I want to clean this up right away. I think you'll find everything there.
Oh, yes, Mr. Everett, everything's just right.
You see, now that I'm actually about to buy the ground, I'm getting a little enthused about starting what is to me a new business. I've started many in my day.
Yes, I know you have.
I don't have to tell you, they've all been quite successful. Starting a new one this late in life has given me, well, a thrill I haven't experienced for some years. I'm quite anxious to see the work of putting up the building get underway. Would you pardon me a moment, please?
Surely.
Miss Jennings, would you come in, please? Thank you. I want to have my secretary get in touch with the man I've always done business with. Miss Jennings?
Yes, sir?
Get Mr. Hagerson in Lincoln, Nebraska on the telephone for me, please.
Yes, sir. Do you want to speak to him personally?
Yes. If he's not in, trying to find out when he will be in. It's important.
Yes, sir, I will. I'll do it at once.
Yes.
Going all the way to Lincoln, Nebraska for a man?
Well, there's a strange story connected with it, Mr. Ace. Mr. Hagerson always oversaw my new enterprises. An extraordinary contractor. He was with me for years. Finally retired to his hometown in Lincoln. It's a sort of superstition with me that he's always on any new project we go into.
Oh, I see. Well, there's nothing like a winning combination.
Yes. And besides, I know we both will get quite a kick out of it. Let's see, where were we? Oh, yes, these papers. How do they look, Mr. Ace?
They look very good. I think everything's in shape to close the deal. I don't mind telling you it's quite the biggest deal I ever figured in.
Yes, I thought as much. Well, it might be the start of quite a series of big deals. There's something about a wife's loyalty and devotion that acts as a good luck charm.
Yes, there's a wife's loyalty. What,
I was reminiscing only yesterday about the good luck it brought me. When I was young and fired with ambition to become a power in the world of business, I, too, found a loyal and devoted wife urging me on.
Oh, yes, I know that my wife is certainly for me, 100%.
1,000%, Mr. Ace.
Well, yes.
You have a precious good luck charm there, my boy, which should mean your life's happiness.
Yeah, she's quite all right. I never worry about her not pulling for me.
Pulling for you?
Yes.
Oh, she goes further than that. I might even say she really put over this deal for you.
Put over? Oh, not this deal, Mr. Everett. No, I wasn't taking any chances this time. In fact, I made it quite a secret around the house, sort of lone wolfed it for the past couple of weeks until I actually closed the deal. Now I'll be able to surprise her with the good news.
Yes, aren't we all like that?
What?
It was ever thus. Oh, I'm not censuring you. I suppose it's human nature. I know I went through it myself. When you're as old as I am, you'll begin admitting things to yourself that only your youth and vanity won't let you admit now.
Oh, but I'm telling you the truth now.
Well, when you're older, I suppose.
What do you mean older? I only have to look at these papers to know that it's the truth.
Well, we won't argue that, my boy.
Well,
speaking of the papers, suppose we sign them and close the deal. Shall we?
Oh, well, that's a fine question to ask me. I certainly...
Yes. And now I'll sign these. Let me see. There we are. I'll sign them all first, and Then you can fix your signature under...
Mr. Everett, on that call to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yes?
Mr. Higginson isn't in, but they're going to try to find him and have him on the phone in a few minutes.
Very well, Miss Jennings. If they don't call back pretty soon, try again.
Yes, sir.
Good old Higginson. Haven't seen him in 12 years.
12 years?
Yes, but we write now and then. Oh, about once a year. Let me see here. Oh, yes. Now I'll sign this one.
A lot of papers to sign there.
Yes, aren't there?
But so much red tape, of course. Oh, here's the block.
Thank you. There we are. Now I think if you will sign as indicated, we can consummate this.
Yes, I'll sign right under here, I suppose.
That's it.
A little nervous, kind of early in the morning, I guess.
Early in the morning?
Well, no, to be frank, I guess it's the size of the deal that...
Yes, the real estate business is certainly one business that has shown remarkable improvement.
Yes, a deal like this kind of proves it. Oh, I'll sign this one.
Yes.
There you are, sir.
Yes, quite in order. And I have your check all made out for you for the full amount.
Well, that's service.
I'm very anxious to get started on this. It's almost like the feeling a child has with a new toy, if you know what I mean.
I understand, Mr. Everett. I know just how you feel.
Yes. Now, here's your check.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I don't have to tell you how grateful I am for your interest in me.
I only take half the credit.
Half? Oh, well, yes, Johnny did do his bit, too. I certainly am grateful to...
Johnny?
Yes, he came to me and tipped me off about this deal.
Oh, yes. But I wasn't referring to Johnny just then.
Well, who...
I think you know who I mean.
No, I don't, really.
I think down or deep, all of us mere males know where the real credit lies.
Oh, I see. You still think that Mrs. Ace...
Well, we won't go into that now. The years will tell.
Well, you say so. Well, thanks for this check, anyhow. I know that my client will be anxious to get... wait a minute. What's this?
What?
$70,000. $70,000?
Yes, $70,000.
But where did you get the idea that... well, when I started to speak price to you, you said you knew what the price was.
Yes, it was understood that $70,000 is... Well, see here, Mr. Ace. If you think I'm going to spend more...
No, not more.
I know the property is only worth $60.
Let's go in there now.
I can't do. He told me to be here at 10 o'clock.
What's going on there?
Jane, what are you
I'm trying
doing?
to keep her out, Mr. Everett.
Oh, hello, Mr. Everett. Make her let
Oh,
me
it's
in.
all right, Miss Jennings.
Yes, it's all right, Miss Jennings.
Good morning, Mrs. Ace.
Oh, hello, Mr. Everett.
Jane, what are you...
Oh, dear. Well, imagine finding you here.
What are you doing
here? Oh, give me your little finger and make a wish.
I wish you'd go away and...
Oh, I forgot. This is my friend, Mr. Neff. This is Mr. Everett, Mr. Neff.
Mr. Neff, how do you do?
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Everett.
And this is my husband. This is Mr. Neff, dear.
How do you do, Mr. Ace?
How and who are you?
Why,
Why, he's my friend, Mr. Neff. Oh, have I got a surprise for you, dear. And imagine you being here now. Well, if that isn't fate. Oh, sit down, gentlemen. Don't stand up on my account.
Something tells me I better sit down. Jane...
No, not now, dear. We have business to do. Well, Mr. Everett?
Well, Mrs. Ace?
Well,
what?
this is my friend, you know, Mr. Neff.
Yes, we've just met.
Yes, how are you, Mr. Everett?
Very well.
Oh, Jane, what is this you're doing now? What?
Hush, dear.
What?
Well, go ahead, Mr. Everett. I brought him over like you told me.
Like I told you?
Yes, you said bright and early, and here we are. Mr. Neff kept saying he'll be bright and I'll be early. Oh, we had more fun coming over.
But I don't think
It's about my property, Mr. Everett. I'm here to close the deal.
What?
Your property?
Oh, I thought things were going too good.
Mr. Ace, is this your client?
I never saw the man before.
Oh, no, he never saw him before because I've been keeping it a secret. I wanted to surprise him when I made the $500.
500?
That's just what I said, dear. When Mr. Neff first came to the house and said he'd give me $500 if I sold his lot.
He said he'd give
You mean to say, Mrs. Ace, that this is your friend?
Yes, this is Mr.
My
Neff.
name is Neff. What's going on here? I gave this lady an advance of $250. I'm ready to pay her the balance when I close this deal. Now, what seems to be holding it up?
$250?
Yes, dear, he gave it to me. I paid it down on a new fur coat.
A new
But
fur.
I'm not doing business with you.
You what?
I never even heard of your property.
You mean to say...
Just a minute, Mr. Everett. Are you trying to get my ghost?
Get your what?
You heard me. What do you mean you never even heard of his property?
Just what I say. I don't know this man.
Well, sure, but what have I been telling you all these days? Didn't I say I had a friend?
Oh, Jane.
A friend, yes. But Mr. Ace here...
What about Mr. Ace? What business are you in?
I thought I was in the real estate business.
Real estate?
Yes, but you'll find arguments on both sides now.
Real estate, I get it. I've been duped. You did it.
Did what?
Stole me around this way so I wouldn't be competition to your husband.
I did what?
Why didn't you tell me he was in the real estate business?
Well, you didn't ask me what business
I
he was
get
in.
it now. I see what's going on here. If you think you're going to get away
Well,
with
if
it...
you're going to use that tone, Mr. Neff, she is going to get away with it. I've already closed the deal.
You closed
What do
it?
you mean, dear? You mean Mr. Neff isn't going to sell his
I've
lot
already closed the deal. I have the check.
for $70,000?
Yes, for how did you know it was for $70,000?
That was the price she quoted.
You quoted.
Oh, so you admit I did talk about it to you, Mr. Everett?
Well, yes. But you didn't say it was for Mr. Neff.
Well, you didn't ask me his name. I told you it was a friend.
I thought you meant Mr. Ace.
Mr. Ace? Well, he's no friend of mine. You heard me say a friend, and you said a friend,
I
too.
didn't say a friend.
You didn't?
I see it all now. I see what's going on here.
Just a minute, Mr. Neff.
But, Jane, I sold him the...
I know, dear, but I want to get this right so Mr. Neff can hear it.
I've heard plenty.
Mr. Everett, didn't you say to bring my friend here?
No, not your friend.
Didn't we talk about it?
I was talking about Mr. Ace.
Well, how could you talk? Oh, no, you can't say that. Not in front of Mr. Neff. Why, what do he think I am?
I don't care what he thinks. I told you I'd buy Mr. Ace's lot.
Didn't you say my friend's lot? Didn't you sit here and talk to me?
I did not, Mrs. Ace.
You didn't talk to me about
Mr.
this.
Everett, are you ready to talk to Lincoln?
Yes, I want to talk to him.
Oh, yes, talking to Lincoln. I guess you expect Mr. Neff to believe that, too. Well, let me tell you, Mr. Everett.
I see what's going on
Mrs.
here.
Ace, I am
What
going
happened
to
again?
answer a long distance